Hello, welcome back to Side Hustle with Mo. I am Mo and I talk about car rentals, specifically car rentals using Turo as your platform. So if you're new here, please subscribe to my channel. For people that subscribe, thank you very much. So very quickly, what I'm going to talk about today are things I don't like about Turo. So I have been doing Turo car rentals for a number of years, and most of my experiences have been positive. My experiences have been mostly good, mostly positive, mostly repeats, good guests and all of that. But today I'm going to talk about something that I don't like, something I really don't like about Turo. Now, there are other platforms you can use, but I use Turo. You could also consider going private, but there are so many risks involved. So if you're going to do that, I would advise you to do your research. But with the Turo platform that I use, something that they do that I really don't like is the responsibility that Turo puts on the host. So if you're a Turo host, you understand what it is I'm trying to say. Turo puts the responsibility for everything, almost every little thing. They make it the responsibility of the host. So for example, a guest picks up my car and they get in an accident, they wreck my vehicle, or it could be a little damage, maybe they dent it, for example. Now, Turo puts the responsibility on me to prove that the host did the damage. So now the host knows that the guest knows that they did something to my vehicle. I, as the host, I know that they did something to the vehicle, but I have to prove it to Turo that it was the guest that made that damage. And how can I prove it to Turo? I need to take pictures. I need to have pre-trip pictures that adhere to the Turo guideline, and also post-trip pictures that adhere to the guidelines. So again, it's the responsibility of the host. When the trip starts, the host should take pictures, the guest should take pictures. Sometimes the guest doesn't. Even if the guest don't take picture, I'm telling you now, it is the responsibility of the host. So let's say the guest doesn't take pictures, the host doesn't take pictures, and then something goes wrong, the guest will most likely go scot-free. Turo won't do anything because the host didn't take pictures, or the host didn't take pictures that were compliant with the Turo platform. So they put that responsibility on the host. The same thing for reimbursements or other reimbursements as well. Let's say gas, for example. It is on the host to take pictures before the trip and after the trip within a 24-hour period. It is on the host to go to the gas station and get a receipt for the gas. If you just fill up the gas and you put a price, a figure in, and you don't put a receipt for that gas, you're not going to get reimbursed. So it's on the host to do that as well. Also for tolls, let's say a guest goes through the toll and they use your toll tag, it is also on you to come up with a receipt. If there's a ticket, it's on you to put a picture of the ticket and all of that. So Turo puts all of these responsibilities on the host. Another good example is with pet hair. Sometimes it can be really difficult to get those to show well in your photos, and according to Turo, if it's not excessive, then you don't get reimbursed for the pet hairs that the guest puts in your vehicle. And a lot of times those little bits of hair, they're pretty hard, very tricky to get out of your vehicles. And guests, that some guests will complain, some guests have allergy to pet hair. So the time that the host spends cleaning up all those pet hair is time that you don't get reimbursed for. So in cases like that, Turo will not approve the cleaning fee. You're still going to have to get your vehicle ready and in good shape for your next guest. So that's something Turo does that I don't like. Another thing could be when your guests pick up your car, and let's say you have a third row vehicle and they bring it back and there's all kinds of hand mark and stains all over the glass, the windscreen and all of that. It happens a lot, and those are really tricky. Sometimes you can't get those to show in the photos, and if you can't pick it up, if your camera won't pick it up, then Turo won't reimburse it for it. They won't reimburse you for the cleaning fee. So you're going to spend time at the car wash cleaning all of the glass, all the stains and the sticky substances that might be there and all that. So I don't like about Turo. Another thing again that they do, or I feel like they put too much responsibility on the host, is still talking on damage and reimbursement. I had an example. I had an occurrence where a guest had damaged my radio one of my luxury cars. He brought it back and the radio wasn't working. I mean, I reported it to Turo to say this radio was working when the guest took the vehicle, and even during his trip, he sent me a message to say, have you ever had issues with the radio not working? And then after a while, he's like, oh, don't worry, now it works and all that. But eventually, when he returned the vehicle back to me, amongst other damages, the radio wasn't working. I wasn't getting any sound whatsoever from the vehicle. And I reported it to Turo, but the lady was like, oh, she's sorry, there's nothing she can do. It can be really difficult to prove what caused the damage or why the radio got damaged, even though it happened while the guest was on the trip. So I had to eat up that cost. Even though I know fully well that the guest damaged my radio. The guest himself knows that he damaged my radio, but I didn't get reimbursed for it because of what Turo said. Again, it can be hard to prove something like that. And then one of the ones that really happens a lot of time is with smoke smell. Initially, when I started doing Turo, there was a reimbursement for host if you perceive smoke in your vehicle. After a while, Turo took that away. So now if you don't have smoked cigarettes and all of that in your vehicle, you're not going to get reimbursed for the smoke and all of that in your vehicle. And it happens a lot of times. Recently, I had a guest that he brought the vehicle back, and if it smelled like a chimney in there, like I have no idea what went wrong. I realized that when he brought it back, I had one air freshener in the vehicle. He added 7 more, trying to mask the smell and all that. But immediately I opened it, I was like, what is that? That is something that I had to do out of my pocket. I had to get the vehicle smelling nice and get all that smoke smell out. So even though I know that the guest smoked in my vehicle, I can't prove it to Turo. So that's one of the things when I say that the responsibility they put on the host is a lot. But again, all over, it's been a good business. It's been, most of my experiences have been mostly positives. But again, those are just the things that happen that I don't like, that I feel like maybe Turo can improve on or help the guests a little more. But anyhow, let me know what you think about this video. If you've ever had an occurrence like that happen to you in the past or recently, let me know, and I'll catch you in my next video. Have a good rest of your week. Bye.